understanding. Okay. I'm José Boyo from the Society of Eurogiciel. We are working under orders of Intel on the Tizen project, which includes from the beginning the SMAC Linux security module inside him. Well, I will first give some overview about SMAC. It's mainly designed by Kaiser. I don't know the exact pronunciation. Well, first, I have to say to you, just after me, there is another presentation about SMAC, Integrity Protection Solution for Embedded System in the Embedded Room. Okay. I'm not missed. Okay. So, it's in the kernel science since these days. And it's still evolving. That's not the first version that is currently working into the kernel. You just have to activate an option when in the configuration to use it. So it's inside kernel since its first day, that is 2 years ago. It used the extended file attribute to store data, and it's controlled through a virtual file system that's named as smack-fs. That is used to control the access from processes to other processes, to files, to sockets, anything a process can do. Well, SMAC is by its design simple. Here you have a very simple rule, and that's almost what you have to know to use SMAC. This rule has a subject that here is system, an object label that here is the user, and the access granted to the subject to access the object. Here you have read, write, and execute access. Okay. What are labels? Subject, object. Labels are just text without any meaning. The case is not sensitive. Is sensitive, excuse me. That's the truth. The subjects are the running process. The objects are files, IPC, sockets, processes. The label of the process is called this context, that is the security context, and you can show using ps command the context of each running process, using ID your own context, and ls show you not the context of the file, but the labels of the files. The accesses that are grantable are read, write, execute, happen what can be useful for logging, excuse me, I'm confused with the next item that is logging files, that is not reading, not writing, and transmuting that allows a file system to give the label of the created files, item. How can you set the context? The answer is very simple, you can't. And that's the very important rule. But if you have the capability, Mac admin, you can. There exists some useful commands. /smack is used to set accesses. Echo is set here in the proc file system to change its own context, the context of the running process. Here it works because that is the context of the bash that is changed with this command. How can you set the rule? Here again, the answer is easy. You can't. But if you have smack ending capability, you can echo rules using the file system. Also, you can use a particular interface that is load self, and that you can use only to restrict your own right to access. For Tizen, we target mobile set, info entertainment, television, NUC box. We have versions with generic that are using NUC, and we are still working on IVI. The target usage are either single user and multi-user, that's common, but also single seat and multi-seat, that's quite unusual, but that's the purpose of IVI system, to offer more device to the passenger of the car. To install application using SMAC, there exists some model. There we have the model of installation by an installer only. The installer, like RPM, by example, take the application, look at its wanted security, and applies the rules to the SMAC database that grants access in this model. A launcher is also used, but that is the launcher that prepares the environment for the application. The two models are not really equals. What is targeted also are running widget applications or native applications. Native application use IPC to use services offered by system, but you have to grant access when you install the application to services for the application. This application will not use my contact because I don't want it. Okay, the installer recorded it, and now you run. The application uses IPC to connect to services and should not be granted to use the services. That ideally can be achieved by SMAC. That there exist also other kind of security systems. Well, when using the implementation for this kind of problems, there is a difficulty that is due to the power characteristic. Granting m kind of resources to n of accesses to n resources leads to n power n cases of security. That's not possible. For Tizen 2.0, this kind of security that use only the installer version issued 33,000 to 32 rules on my mobile or my handset, that's here. 33,000 rules of SMAC security. Well, as an administrator, when I have to know, is the security of my device sure? I have to look at 33,000 rules. That's not possible. For Tizen IVI 3.0, we are looking on the proposition of KZ, another model that is quite more simple and that is only using 3 big domains of security that are floor, that's a kind of default domain, and floor is for the base system. The services are running under another domain that is system. There are also some sub-labels that are used for IPC, system run, system shared, system load, that are used to have a finest grain on application accesses. And everything that's user is running under the user domain. That's quite simple. You will have here some links. I suppose I will leave the presentation somewhere accessible without security. What is to record is that it's simple. You can activate it on any Linux kernel that is currently used in an embedded distribution of Linux, and you can contribute to the community. Thanks. Have you a question? Yeah?
So this looks very similar to SE Linux, and I'm confused what the difference is.
The spec was made as a remedy to the complexity of SE Linux. Maybe.
But it looks similar, it's basically the same language.
Yeah. Very similar. In fact, many codes have the same option ID -z, ps-z. That's quite similar even in the command.
So I have to ask this, what about SE Android, which has about, let's say, 1,000 rules and 5 domains? I mean, you already have 32,000 domains, rules for Tizen to 0. So SE Android is more compact in terms of rules that you need to have a system. And this is referring to embedded system, so you can customize them in production.
I don't understand each word. I'm sorry, I'm not. Are you speaking SEN?
I'm speaking a version of SE Linux which was ported for Android, and it's called SE Android.
Okay.
And it's an SE Linux that has very few rules, and because we are talking about embedded system, it's very easy for the vendor to actually write that rules for you, for OEM, right? And you only have about 1,000 rules, and you in Tizen.0 you said you have 32,000, right?
Yes, but that's not really a matter of code. That's a matter of what can I admin and how can I use it. But actually, we are running with as few as 30 rules. Now, that's not a matter of count of rules, but currently we are working with spec. That's all. Okay, that's my experience. I can't make any comparison. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Jose.
Here again, you can have more